I was trying to get the screen to work. So today I had to bring the truck in for its 10,000 mile, the Tundra in for its 10,000 mile service. A little over, I guess it's been a little over a year. I got it in October. So just now putting 10,000 miles on it. I don't drive it as much as I used to drive trucks because I don't really leave the farm a whole lot. But I'm down here at She Toyota and I'm looking around while the truck is getting serviced, and I figured I would video a few of the trucks that we have here in Fredericksburg. But yeah, there's not a lot of trucks here. Honestly, I'm actually surprised. I guess they're selling a lot or they're not getting them in. I hope they're just selling them a lot and they just simply don't have many. He said there was some 2026s out here. So I see one. We'll walk over here in a second and take a look at it. I know this is a popular color. I'm going to switch the screen around and we'll take a peek at these here in a second. All right, so this one right here, definitely, they've changed that front underskirt on those. I can't say I really like that grill as much as I like the one on mine. Let's see what this is. This is TRD. Yeah, it's SR5. So it's the same color as mine. Matter of fact, it's the same wheels. But it looks like it's sitting shorter. I don't know what the deal is with that thing. I don't know. It just doesn't look... For some reason it doesn't look the same. I just don't like that front. I think they've done something with the front end that I don't like as much. Wish I could zoom this out. There we go. That's a little better. So, yeah, I know. They just... I don't know. Something just looks different. It's a SR5. Maybe it's a 26 or something like that. I don't know. Let's see. They got these windows. The windows are tinted a lot, so I can't really see them. Man, that is crazy. So it's a 25. So like I say, mine's a 24. So maybe they just changed them a lot. I can see the Fox shocks underneath there. That's still only the five bed. Now here's the one I think everybody loves. This truck right here. This is the Moonscape, I guess they call the color. And it looks good. I mean, it's wearing that color really nice. Let me look at so this one looks a lot like mine as far as the proportions and stuff. The hood, let's look at the front grille. I know I've been really, really happy with my Tundra. Now this is our second one. We have a 2000. It's got almost 400,000 miles on it. It's a farm truck now. They had an issue with the frames and I did some repairs and welded it. So it's nothing wrong with it, but it won't pass state inspection. So, but man, that is a pretty truck. So with the holidays coming and being at the end of the year, you could usually find on vehicles really good deals. I'm not ready for a new one. I'll probably keep that one for about 4 years is usually what I do. And there's a Tundra. Look at that grill. To me, that is, well, it's butt ugly. I just don't like it. I don't know. Something about that just screams, I don't know. It doesn't look rugged, I guess you could say. So, I mean, you compare that to that. That looks manly, and I'm not sure what that looks like. Sheepishly? I don't know how to put it. I just don't like that grill. Not every year is a good year for every vehicle. I don't know, it just looks so drab. It's not, I don't know, I just don't like it. And then look at that. And look how much nicer that looks. Y'all can leave in the comments what you think. Now they do have a few more trucks, but they're way over there. So we'll walk over there since we're since we're live, I can't really turn it off the back line. So here's the Sequoias, if you like that, kind of a large SUV. These are all the TRD off-road package on that white one right there. The rest of these, it doesn't say that. I really like their car. That is a good looking car. I mean, that's just that. The bottom line is that's a good looking car. If I need another car, I had liked my little Mazda 7. That's kind of got the same kind of sleek look, kind of sporty. I just wish they'd put a turbo in them. I had a stick shift, and I would have loved to have that thing have a turbo in it. I think actually the new ones are. So these are the, man, that's a good looking car, isn't it? You tell me. That is a good looking car. There's the white. There's your family go-getter, grocery go-getters. Some of these are a little sporty. So you can kind of be sporty and go get your groceries at the same time. And that right there is an electric. Now, pardon me about the names, because I'm not as familiar with the names of these cars. I'm just a Tundra guy. Even, I might get a Toyota, I might get a Tacoma to have and keep the Tundra and have a Tacoma for doing like what I don't need as big a truck and I'm traveling, because they get a lot better gas mileage. There's still plenty of room in them. There's plenty capable. So let's walk over here to the truck. So they just kind of moved everything around a lot. So I'm in Fredericksburg, Virginia. So this is where I've got my trucks from. There's a 1794 right there, platinum, available. So if you like silver. So let's walk over here. I'm from the age of back when in the 80s and early 90s, we had the little Toyotas. And I remember I had a Nissan. I had a, actually it was a Datsun. And I remember we'd go mudding and all that back when I was younger. And the biggest difference about the Toyotas, look at that. There you go. That's like the Mazda that I had. It's this little two-door hatchback. Let's see. Okay, they got them all over here. Let me try not to get run over by a Tacoma. So something like this might be a good little truck to have. You know, when you don't need, I mean, it's still a crew cab. There's still a lot of room in those. If you don't need all that, you know, room and you're traveling, like if you, like I see a lot of people here, especially when I drive to DC and stuff, a lot of people have the Tacomas over the Tundras because they got that extra seats and they got room. If they want a truck instead of a car, they got the four-wheel drive. They do have a bed in the back. So if they're out grocery shopping or they run like me, go to a flea market, go somewhere, you need a pickup truck, you find something you don't need and you want to buy it, but yet you're in comfort like a car because you got your four doors. These things drive absolutely. Love my Tundra, the way it drives. Absolutely. I mean, I drove that Tundra to Ohio, to Georgia, and up over the mountains, and it was like driving a luxury car. I will say that about the Toyotas, is they are just perfect when it comes to truck, crossover. Now, it's not a 2500. I'm not going to pull a skid steer, mini excavator with it and all that stuff. But man, that is I like that color. That is a sharp color. So this is, these are Tacomas. Now, of course, this is like the Sport. See the hood on it. So I would dare say that's probably a 26. That's interesting how they did that right here. So the airflow can flow. That's open all the way through. Pretty cool. Now look at the bed. Now you see how the bed is kind of curved out, nice and gentle. Then you come over here. This has the Tundra, kind of the Tundra look, the squared off and more sharp, crisp colors, or the lines. So look at that. Chop, chop. And same for the back. So this has got a really nice stance to it. It's got a little swoop in the back, sticking out with a light on it and a third light. So let's see what this truck, it says what the badging is on it. That's one thing, they did change the badging around a lot. This is an SR5, but I don't know. You'll just have to leave in the comments if you're a little bit more familiar with it. I'm assuming these are the newer ones because I think the older ones have the rounded, if I remember correctly. I know a ton of my neighbors have them, and they always ask me why I didn't get a Tacoma over the Tundra. And I said, well, you know, sometimes I do pull the tractors. Sometimes I do use the 10,000 pound trailer and to go get logs, or take the small tractor over and get logs or whatever. I go to Fredericksburg up here and go to the shopping and get, you know, doors, framing, whatever I'm working on. So look at the stance. So look at that one. I don't know, the white makes it look wider, doesn't it? So that's definitely, and then you switch over to here, so you can tell the height difference right there. Let's get down. So there's your Tacoma versus your Tundra. So you can kind of get an idea right there, side by side. Very similar look. Like I said, I need to, I really want to drive a Tacoma and look into that, just to have a smaller truck. Because it would be better. Most of the time I just have places for my clothes in the truck and stuff when I'm traveling, suitcases or whatever. If I'm going out to go hunting out west a little bit, you know, there's plenty of room in the back seat. Put a cover over the back of the truck and you got plenty of room. And that's a sharp looking color right there. That is definitely a sharp. That's a little different. It's got kind of a, it's not as dark as mine. It's kind of like, that's just more gray in it. Or maybe more black, but it's not quite as, it's not, I don't know, it's more gray, I guess you could say. Mine's more black. Now here's what mine is, so you can compare the two. Just, I don't know, it might be just my eyeballs, but there's a slight little bit more gray in that color versus this color. So mine is a 2024 now. It's the SR5 with the tow package and the off-road package. And I have, man, I mean, this truck is just, you know, it's not an F-250. It's not a 3500. I get it. I don't need one of those. So this is SR5, but this has got the off-road package. So it's the end of the year, guys. Now is when they're going to have all the sales on a lot of the trucks. End of the year, new 2026s. I really like that color though. It's a little more gray, but I don't know. I mean, let's see if you can tell. I'll try to turn it. See, this is a little bit lighter. It's a little bit darker. I'm not much on white, on the white colors as far as vehicles go, even though they do look good. I mean, it definitely is a good looking color on the truck, but it seems like it would be dirty all the time. You know what I'm saying? Just would, every little bit of dirt would show on it. Believe it or not, I've never washed my truck. The only time it's gotten washed is when I came here. So, you know, the rain washes it off. I don't drive it through a lot of mud or anything like that. Last year, I think I washed it last year after it got done snowing, because I was driving down the roads with the, you know, salt and stuff. I washed underneath the truck. I don't think I washed the outside of the truck. I think I washed the running boards underneath the truck. And that was all that I did. Now this is a nice addition to the I-Force Max on the Tacomas. Probably if I did get another truck, honestly, that would probably be the setup. I really didn't want the iMax on the Tundra, but to have this as a truck, getting the best gas mileage you can out of the truck, and just having a traveling truck, something that you're just driving to go to meetings, go meet with people, whatever, for work, going to DC here in our case, or wherever you go to work. That probably, for your money, is and gas mileage, and if you don't need like a heavy duty truck, you know, that probably, all honesty, is probably the best setup for a truck that you could get in the Dakota, in the Tundra lineup. Get the I-Force Max into Tacoma. That one does have a little bit sportier wheels. It has a little bit more aggressive tires on it. So it's kind of probably your off-road. Yeah, it's the off-road package here. So this is give you some off-road capabilities. I think they all have the crawl mode to get you out if you're in sand or something and low. I believe that the off-road one on these are like mine. They have the differential locks. You can lock the differentials in only in low. That's the only thing I don't like about my Tundra, is they have the differential locks, but they only work in low. So say I wanted to have it in two-wheel drive, and I just wanted to pull up on that button, lock in the rear end differential. I don't need the four-wheel drive. Just get myself out, or it's a little wet, I don't want to lock the four-wheel drive in, but you have to. Has to be in four-wheel drive low. I tried holding up the button to see if it worked, and it didn't work. No, that's the one thing, Toyota. We want differentials that will lock, especially the rear and two-wheel drive. But a lot of times that's all we need to get out. And if you got a big heavy payload behind it, you don't always want to put it in four-wheel drive and put it in a big bind. But I keep going back to that silver one right there with that hood. And see, I'm trying to see if they have this, like this one. And I think that's the only I-Force Max that they have in the Tacoma here. So this is an off-road package without the I-Force. So this would be no I-Force, but you got the off-road package here in the Tacoma. Kind of more, like I say, street tires, but it does have the nicer rim. That rim is like what I have on mine. So, they're calling this the Sport, so it's not necessarily the off-road, it's the Sport. And it's got standard shocks, no lift. So, definitely a good looking truck. I would look in the windows to see this stuff, but the windows are so tinted, I can't read anything. Let me see if I can switch my glasses here real quick and see what years these are, as far as, so you can kind of know if they have any 2026s. He told me there was a bunch out here. So, what the heck is it? Year 25. So this is a 25. So here, the Sport is $47,294. So that is the price. So the base price is $45,699. Delivery processing, they like to get you with that, is another $1,600. So you can kind of compare that if you're not from our neck of the woods and say you're a state or so away. You may find that prices are better or worse. I don't know. So we'll just take a look at a couple of them here since I switched my glasses, just to see. They told me there was some 2026s out here. But the best way to get a good deal is to get a 25. So this one's $43,714, $42,199. So that's just the regular Tacoma SR5, no Sport, no off-road. So this one here told me there was 26s, so let's try to find one. I don't see any difference in the front end of them. They don't always make big changes. That one's quite a bit different from that one. So let's take that one, is like that one. So let's look at this one here. There's that gray I was talking about a little bit ago. So let's see. This one here, no, it's a 25. This one's 43,524, 41,929 base, SR5. So it's just that SR5. Here, let's go back over here real quick. Because I didn't have my glass, I couldn't read the sticker. Let's look at this IBEX, I4, sorry. And see, we'll go look at some of those trucks. Oh, they got like a greenish one. Let's go look at that in a minute. So, let's just take a peek at this one real quick. So this is a 2025. I mean, honestly, that's the way to get the deal. So it's 56,929. So right around 57. Of course, you're going to add about 15 grand in taxes and everything. So here's some more of the Moon. Let's see here. I like that green one right there. Let's see what these are here. They changed the badging on these, so I'm trying to get. So this is a platinum. Let's see what year this one is. So that's the Moonscape, I think is what they call it. I mean, it's a good looking color. I know two of my neighbors have these. Let's squeeze in here real quick. See what these are. Ugh. I don't want to scratch these trucks. So this is a 26. So this is a 2026. It's 71,434. So that's not horrible. I paid 75 for mine. Of course, mine is the SR5 off-road. These are a platinum. These are both platinums. So they must be lower level platinums because that's quite a bit cheaper. I did notice on this one here, these have the lights, TRD lights here. So let's see what this one is. So this is the TRD. See, I didn't like these. I didn't really like these up here. They don't have them, so I know that's a 2025 because they changed that. They changed that a lot. So these gentlemen are looking at this one right here. They must really like this one. That's the only one they got in the green. Like that. Long bed. Long bed. We got to see this. Let me show everybody this one. Well, when you say long bed, you'd be 6 foot?
6.5.
6.5. Okay.
Instead of the baby bed.
Instead of baby bed, 5.5. All right. Why does this thing keep zooming in on me? Sorry, guys. I don't know what's with this phone. That's a good looking color. So this is the TRD Sport. It's got your toe and all that. So let's see. What is this one bringing? Hopefully the phone quit zooming in. So this one, 47,294, and it's a 25. That's the only one they have in that color. Is this one, but it's got your hood, so it's a Sport, like that white one over there we looked at a bit ago. So there's another platinum on the end. We'll take a peek at that. So far I've seen two of the 26s. This is a platinum right here. So that's a good looking truck. Now that's got a whole different grill. It's the platinum, so it's the fancy truck, I guess you could say. They only have 119 or 1794 here on the lot. They usually have 4 or 5 of them, but it looks like this time there's only a few here. So anyways, there's the lineup. You know, like I said, we're in Fredericksburg. I'm in Fredericksburg. They're in Fredericksburg. So if you're looking for a truck, I know they get like 4 or 5 truckloads of vehicles every single day. So it's just Toyota in Fredericksburg, Virginia. So it's Christmas time. It's coming. Go buy your honey a truck. Women like them just as much as the guys. So I think my truck might almost be done. So I figured I would just do a live. I hadn't done one in a while. I hadn't been up to Toyota. So I'm here. They do have one. You can see the gentleman standing by. That's just like mine. Same color. Like I said, I love that truck. I've been super happy with it. This is our second one that we had new. And I will definitely be buying another one. I may go ahead and go with the Tacoma to have Something that my wife could drive to Tacoma, and if she wants to work, and then if say I had to take a trip, she'd just drive the bigger truck. We'll switch, and I'll take my trip to go look at property or whatever the heck I'm doing. So, yep, it's been great. I hope you guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Eat too much turkey and too much ham, and see you later.